Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Here is MuddyThumper. So I guess this is going to be part one of the build. This is going to be the Ripper bike. So I just want to give you guys an update, and I guess we'll start the video off. So some of the main things we got to do here now over the next few days is I got to get this engine bolted in. Obviously this is a different engine that's supposed to be in this frame. So I got to make up. We're basically going to be doing an engine conversion, so it means I got to make up some engine brackets and stuff. We got the custom soft tail or custom rear suspension with the swing arm. I got to do a bunch of welding and cleaning up the bikes, but basically what we're going to do in a nutshell is that we're going to get everything all mocked up, get a chain on, get the welding fixed, and then eventually we'll disassemble and paint everything up nicely. But the main thing is now is fitting everything. So I remember when I introduced this bike, I was going to call it the Bog Ripper, but I think now I'm just going to call it the Ripper. So what I've realized is that this bike actually got a nice set of rear tires already, the 22-inch tires, and it has a nice set of forks on this, like nice big set of forks that you seen earlier in the last video with the Ripper. So I'm going to set this bike up almost like a 200X, but it's going to have reverse. So you see down here I got a new engine stuffed in. This is a Honda 200 SX engine. I didn't actually intend on getting this engine. It's kind of funny how it worked out. I was looking for a set of 200X hubs or 200SX hubs, like the 4x110 bolt pattern for the rear to fit on some big tires. And my buddy basically had a full bike that I bought for 50 bucks. It was a 200SX, and I tested the engine and it does actually run. But the 200SX was basically shot, so many parts missing, so I basically scrapped it. And now we have an engine with reverse that we're going to be throwing in this project. So yeah, just a little update. What's going on here now? I got a couple spacers made up temporarily. I'm just kind of fitting things, trying to get a rough alignment going on. This is the blaster rear end, rear swing arm off the Yamaha blaster, and the blaster's natural carrier. I don't know what that disc brake is off. And you see the axle with the sprocket? That's actually off the 200M that I've scrapped previously. So I managed to fit it in there. I threw a few spacers in between. So like this sprocket is kind of lined up with the swing arm. I gotta fit everything. This is kind of what I'm into right now, is lining everything up, see where my issues are. Once everything is fit, the engine's bolted in, then I can address some issues like this shock mount not being fully connected over here, this wanting to support. Chop this out of the way because I'm not going to run a factory airbox. It'd be a bit difficult with the way the shock is. Yeah guys, just a little update. This bike is not going to be the mudder. She's not going to be like the bog hitter and the mud bike. But don't worry, we're going to be building 2 bikes on the channel. This one's going to be kind of similar to what a 200X is going to be. You got the rear swing arm. You basically got a 200M frame. We're going to have a nice fork upgrade on the front there. And actually I'd say this, even though it's going to be a small engine, it might be half torquey, because we're going to be only running 22 inches on the back, 47 tooth sprocket. Might drop that down on the front to 10 tooth. It's going to be a fun little bike, just a trail hopper. Makes a bit more sense to take the rear swing arm off, I guess. It's just now I can move the frame around. Literally, it doesn't really weigh much. So yeah, we're gonna continue cleaning the frame, cut off like stuff like this little piece of pipe sticking up, like just the old part of the frame. I'm gonna patch this over, a piece of plate or something. Clean it all up. We're gonna cut off these brackets because the 200SX, you know, the frame. The 200SX actually fits in here nicely, as you've seen earlier, like the engine itself, but the brackets don't really line up. So I'm going to chop these off. We're going to have to make a upper mount right here and probably right here for that engine. But yeah, we're going to make it work somehow. And I don't like how this is done right here. Someone got this welded up. The welds ain't bad, they look pretty good, but I want this reinforced because all that strain of the rear end and all the weight, like the passenger or the driver, I should say, that's gonna be right here on this joint. So I want to expand it up, like maybe up to here, support it somehow, down here a bit more. I wanted a bit more bracing, I guess. That's probably the best word for it. All right. It's a beautiful evening out, and I'm out here cutting off brackets. You can see these ones right here, the factory 200M brackets. They didn't quite line up, so I'm slowly getting them out of the way. You can see kind of hacking them out of the way with the grinder. I got to put on actual grinding discs now that they're cut off. So I got a grinding disc, could throw that on, grind out these down a bit more flush. I cut that little piece of pipe up, that's gone. So yeah, we're well on our way anyways. I'm gonna clean this frame up, take as much rust off as I can, clean up any brackets that I can, and then we're gonna start welding. All right guys, stay tuned for some more cleaning and grinding.